Unleashed Hollywood News presents. New details emerge in Bryan Kohberger case as trial approaches. More details about Bryan Kohberger are coming to light ahead of his upcoming trial for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. A University of Idaho graduate student named Holly recently shared an alleged interaction she had with Kohberger, the 30-year-old PhD student accused of killing Madison Mogen, Kaylee Goncalves, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. According to Holly, she met Kohberger at a pool party in the summer of 2022, just months before the November murders. "I was kind of mingling and socializing and started chatting with this guy," Holly told Keith Morrison in a preview clip for Dateline's The Terrible Night on King Road special, which aired May 9 on NBC. "He had told me that he had just moved and was starting his PhD. Holly described Kohberger as awkward and noted that she felt a little obligated to keep the conversation going. "He seemed a little awkward. Kind of like you might expect for a PhD student who didn't know anyone at the party," she added. Holly mentioned a hiking group she was part of, and they exchanged numbers. The next day she received a follow-up text from Kohberger. "Hey, I am pretty sure we spoke about hiking trips yesterday." The message read, timestamp July 10, 2022 at 1:19 p.m. "I really enjoy that activity, so please let me know. Thanks." Looking back, Holly said the text feels peculiar. "It was almost overly formal," she said. "I really enjoy that activity. So, can you follow up with me about that?" Kohberger has pled not guilty to the charges and is scheduled to stand trial beginning August 11, 2025. If convicted, he could face the death penalty. Presiding Judge Stephen Hippler recently granted a partial motion from the defense to block the use of Kohberger's autism spectrum disorder, ASD, diagnosis as evidence, although the ruling may change if Kohberger testifies during the trial. Who were the victims? The 4 students, Kaylee Goncalves, 21, Madison Mogen, 21, Xana Kernodle, 20, and Ethan Chapin, 20, were all students at the University of Idaho. The murders occurred on the morning of November 13, 2022, at a 3-story off-campus rental house in Moscow, Idaho. Goncalves and Mogen, who had been lifelong friends, were both seniors. Goncalves was majoring in general studies and planned to work at a marketing firm in Austin, Texas. Mogen was studying marketing and intended to move to Boise. Kernodle, also a marketing major, was dating Chapin, a recreation, sport, and tourism management major. The two had been attending a fraternity party earlier that night. Survivors of the attack. 2 other roommates, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, were also in the house during the time of the murders but survived. According to unsealed text messages from March 6, 2025, Mortensen attempted to contact her roommates after reportedly seeing a masked man in the house. At 4:22 a.m., Mortensen texted Funk, "No one is answering. I'm really confused, Aaron." She continued trying to reach out, texting Goncalves at 4:32 a.m. and again at 10:23 a.m. saying, "Are you up?" A 911 call was placed at 11:58 a.m. when one of the victims was found unresponsive. A woman identified in transcripts as A1 told the dispatcher, "One of the roommates who's passed out and she was drunk last night and she's not waking up. They saw some man in their house last night." How Bryan Kohberger was identified. Kohberger, a doctoral student at Washington State University, was arrested on December 30, 2022 in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. He was extradited to Idaho on January 4, 2023. Authorities connected him to the case using DNA found on a knife sheath left at the crime scene. When the DNA did not match any records in FBI databases, investigators used public ancestry websites to narrow down potential suspects. After tracing the DNA back to Kohberger, they retrieved matching DNA from trash collected at his parents' home. Defense strategy and trial details. Kohberger's attorneys have argued that his autism spectrum disorder should be a factor in ruling out the death penalty. They claim Kohberger shows rigid thinking, obsessive focus, limited ability to plan, and a lack of insight into his own behavior. Due to his ASD, Mr. Kohberger simply cannot comport himself in a manner that aligns with societal expectations of normalcy, the defense argued, saying this creates an unconscionable risk of execution based on disability rather than culpability. The trial was initially set for October 2, 2023, but was delayed after Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial. The new trial date is set for August 11, 2025, and will take place in Ada County, more than 300 miles from where the murders occurred. The move was granted in September 2024 due to concerns of presumed prejudice in Lada County. Judge Hippler has denied a motion to suppress key evidence, including Kohberger's cell phone and email records, surveillance footage, Amazon purchases, and DNA evidence. This is Unleashed Hollywood News. Stay tuned for continued coverage on this developing case.